Okay, there we go. Now it's up. How you doing, everybody? This is Panther speaking. All alone in the show tonight. Monk and SGR are not able to join me today. SGR is MIA, and Monk is chatting with more important people right now, so unfortunately we won't hear his voice tonight, but I'm here with you all day, all night, baby. So I'm sure you guys are getting all hypnotized right now with what's going on the screen. Pretty rad looking. Layer upon layer upon layer. Just to give you guys a level of what's going on tonight. It's going to be inceptive is what it's going to be. Okay, so we're doing the award show tonight for season 15, just wrapped up. First of all, I want to start off saying thank you to everyone for participating in the season 15, which I feel was a great success, which obviously I'm very happy about, being my first season, my first full season as commissioner, being a part of it from beginning to end. I feel very, very happy with how it went. We had a great competitive season for both D1 and D2, all the 2 months that it was going, and we had incredible finals for both divisions also. So I don't know, I feel like season 15 is arguably the best finals we've had, even going against that season 6 finals, Titans and Nunavut. But again, I want to say thank you to everybody out there for letting me be your commissioner, and hopefully I can continue to grow and make better decisions and continue to give you guys a league you can be happy to play for. So before, obviously SGR is not on the stream tonight, but didn't take his name out just yet. But before I actually started into the awards, I'm not sure if anyone heard the news that happened today, but unfortunately out in Kansas there was a mass shooting. There were about 30 people injured reportedly, and about 7 people, well, at least 7 people were killed, unfortunately. So real quick, I just want to start off with a moment of silence out of respect for the fallen victims. Alright, so it was a little bit of a different way of doing things this off season. Usually we have GMs go through and do the nominations and votes from the top down as far as the awards go, but I wanted to see if we could switch it up a little bit and get the public involved. Just that way everyone feels like even during the off season they are involved in all facets, or at least as involved as they could be. So I did a little bit of a test run with having a public vote as far as, obviously the award winners, and I feel it went pretty well. The public voted for the same people that the GMs did, so it wasn't anything crazy. And also we kept, for the time being, D1 and D2 able to vote for one another, and that also didn't change things, so I feel it was a good test run for now. Next season I hope to do the same thing. If we run into a snag, we'll continue to adjust as we go on. Obviously, we don't want to be anything. We don't want to be complacent with how we do things. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm sure some of you guys already cheated and saw what's coming up over here. If you were smart, you did. But anyways, first award that you guys voted on was for the most. Well, I changed up the name a little bit. I made it the Best Underdog Award. And this is a combination of who was the most improved, who was a comeback player, as well as who was just in general an excellent fifth man coming off the bench. So for that award, for D1, we have a player represented by the Pennsylvania Atoms, Black Ninja. Sorry, this is the Best Rookie Award. I got ahead of myself right there. Best Rookie Award, Black Ninja. He played in 152 minutes overall, scored 43 goals, assisted Pennsylvania, and going to an 11-10 record. They didn't make the playoffs, unfortunately did not advance to the finals, but a lot of people counted them out midway through the season when they were with a 2-6 record, but obviously they were able to finish really strong and go to the playoffs. So Black Ninja was a really important piece to that. I'm sure the general manager, Jenner Bradley, would agree with that. So congratulations to Black Ninja being the best rookie for D1. Hope to see you again there next season, bro. For D2, we had a member of the Night Raiders. I'm not 100% sure how we pronounce his name, but I'm going to go with Zupa. He played 184 minutes, 55 goals, .30 goal ratio, and was obviously a huge piece as far as Night Raiders going 17-4 in the regular season and advancing to the finals. I think other than Norange, or Drond. I don't know who had the most playing time on that team, but I know that Zupa had the second most playing time on that team. So obviously a huge factor as far as them being consistent game in and game out. So congratulations to you, brother. Hope to see you again next season. I'm sure you'll go way higher this time around. Congrats on a good season for both Black Ninja and Zupa. So now we're going to that Best Underdog Award. And this is that combination of best fifth man coming off the bench, comeback player. Mainly this award, what I wanted it to be was that unsung hero, so to speak. The person you don't think about much but is always there, being really supportive for the team and always being a solid player off the bench, reliable more than anything. So for D1, as I was a member of Juego Brasil, Vidal from France scored 39 goals in 175 minutes, .22 ratio, key piece. Obviously there was a lot of interchanging pieces going on during the season with Brazil. There were a lot of trades, but Vidal obviously was always there to maintain some consistency. As a matter of fact, there were only 3 original players from that Brazil team from the draft. That was Vidal, Gary Payton, and Fabiano. So really 2 players if we discount the GM. So congratulations, Vidal. I'm sure you'll get some valuable starting time next season. Everybody knows what you can do now. And moving on to D2, we have another member from the Night Raiders, Nub. This is a player that everyone is familiar with. He used to be a consistent player in the league, had a bit of a time off and then came back, and then had a full activity season in season 15. Ended with 40 goals in 174 minutes, .23 goal ratio, 17-4 was Night Raiders' record. And again, huge piece right here, was in and out of the lineup a lot. Pretty much kind of like a starter for them. But congratulations to those 2 guys right there. Let me just make sure everything's going great with the stream. Okay, everything's good. Okay. Now for Best Defense. Now we're getting to the higher tier awards. Best Defense. This was a member of Juego Brasil. I'm sure a lot of you already know who this is going to be, already anticipating it. It was the general manager, El Fabiano. Are not a stranger to this award, he's won it previously. But he was the anchor for the number 5 defense. And despite being that anchor, scored 72 goals in 282 minutes, .26 goal ratio, 16-5 was the team's record. So, I know you guys are looking at that number 5 defensive ranking. I kind of might be surprised by it, honestly. But when you think about it, think about all the players that were on that Brazil team. Mainly offensive power weapons. You got Pedrinho, Hernan, Javer, good rotational player, but no one who has made a name for himself as far as defense. So obviously, Huey was a champion team this in D1 this past season. Fabiano was probably the biggest player on that team, and mainly because of the defense, making sure that the offense could score a lot of goals and maintain a good rotation. So congratulations, Fabiano, on best defense and for that ring, much deserved. So for D2, we have a member of the Space Bounce Babies, a guy who joked the same people that they voted for him best defense, but he never played defense. But you know what? Defense is more than just staying back by the goalpost and being a goalkeeper. That's not what defense is. That's not what successful defense looks like in this league. Everybody who is worth his grain of salt playing this game will tell you that defense is about rotation and anticipation. And Humpy displayed a huge amount of that this past season. Again, being on a team with mainly offensive players. But you know what? If you go through the scoreboard for Humpy's Space Bounce Babies, you'll see that they won a lot of games that were within 1 goal or 2 goals. And the reason that they were able to prevail and win those games was because of this guy right here, making sure that that opposing offense didn't score that extra goal that they needed for the win. So, huge season for Humpy. Fell a little bit short before the finals, but made it to the playoffs nonetheless. Scored 37 goals in the regular season, 179 minutes played, a .21 goal ratio, 12-8 record for the team. I'm sorry, that was a 13-8 record if I'm not mistaken. So congratulations for Fabiano and Humpy. You'll be getting those Best Defense awards and your names tonight after the award show. Moving to Best Offense. For D1, member of Texas Reapers, Fabio Mateus. Number 3 offense in the league, 76 goals scored in 182 minutes, .42 goal ratio. Unfortunately, Texas finished with a 10-11 record. Now, what makes Fabio's season so impressive, though, is that he didn't even start. He didn't start playing until, I want to say, around game 6. So, yeah, he didn't sign up originally in the season. Gona drafted BMW. Unfortunately, BMW was dead for all the season, so Fabio was able to go to Texas as compensation, bypass that JS rule, and he was a monster for the entire season, pretty much. Unstoppable force. Like, within 2 games, he was already in the top 3 goal scorers, so incredible season for Fabio. Hopefully, I want to see what he does with a full season. Hopefully, he'll come back next season with a full sign-up. So, I want to see what he can do. I want to see if he can break the record holder for goals scored, which we'll see later tonight. Now, moving for D2, Night Raiders player again. My gosh, they're just doing a complete sweep of these awards tonight, man. That Orange is a good GM, huh? So, Ladron escapes with the Best Offense award for D2. His statistics, he led the number 4 offense in the league, scored 70 goals in 216 minutes, .32 goal ratio, and had a 16-5 record for the team. Now, I'm sure some of you guys out there are going to question this as far as, you know what, PG had a better, had more goals and this and that. But what you have to look at is this: PG, Watt, and all those players. Those were only 2 players that had more goals than him. But those 2 players played at least 30 minutes more than this guy right here, and they only led him by 3 or 4 goals. So obviously, if you put John's goal ratio into 30 minutes, he would have been the leading scorer for D2. It's not even a contest. So he had a bit of an underrated season. a huge factor why Raiders went to the playoffs, went to the finals, and were there down to the wire competing for that ring. Unfortunately, it fell just short, but obviously Leon will come back next season. Hopefully, I'm not sure if he signed up, but I'm sure he will. He usually does. Not sure if he'll stick to D2, but he definitely has the potential to return to D1, where he has played before and had some success. So congratulations to those offensive players, Fabio Mateus and Ladron. Very proud of you guys right there. Now we get to the bread and butter of this, the MVP. And everybody out there already knows who the winners are because it wasn't even a contest. For D1, member of the Alaska Bullworms, the general manager, the best offensive player in the league, possibly in league history, the Chilean JSJS. He finished with the record for most goals in a season with 114. Verified by myself, he got those 114 goals. I went down and looked at each and every one of them. And the team finished with the number 1 offense, number 2 defense. So you see 114 goals in 237 minutes played, 4.48 goal ratio, 15 assists, the record for the team. What's impressive is JS, he sacrificed a lot of his own playing time, which I think was really incredible. To be honest with you, everyone on Alaska got very, very valuable playing time, which I love seeing. Obviously, it was a deep team, but I think he would have done that nonetheless. So he could have finished the season with a whole lot more than that. He could have finished the season with probably like 130 goals, at least 140 goals, which is insane when you think about it. So JS was scoring roughly 1 goal every 2 minutes. And congratulations to him on a historic season. Obviously, number 1 offense for them. Number 2 defense, mainly because people were like trying to figure out what the heck was going on with the offensive onslaught. Now we went to D2. Oh, it's not a Night Raider. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a member of the Apollo Firebirds. The one and only Watt. Guy I hold near and dear to my heart. Former Sentinel. But Watt, first I'm going to say to you, I'm going to challenge you, brother. You don't belong in D2. You need to get in your ass in D1. You outgrew it a long time ago. I'll take the heat for what went down with the trade because unfortunately that wasn't how I wanted things to go down. But Watt had an incredible season. Number 2 offense for Apollo, as well as a number 2 defense, scored 73 goals and 232 minutes, 0.31 goal ratio, 16-5 was the team's record. And it was if you guys remember watching the final stream, Watt came up really clutch on a ton of goals. And I think from what I've seen of him, it's in the playoffs, the finals. That's where he mostly shines. That's when he really, really becomes a player that I know he can be. So hopefully we should see him in D1 next season and going forward because he does not belong in D2 anymore. Shut up, Watt. So this is a new award that I integrated. Best GM. I think it's long overdue. So for D1, we have the champion, El Fabiano. He led a team with a number 2 offense, number 5 defense, best record in the division, 16-5. Obviously went on to win an incredible finals against the Alaska Bullworms that went into the 3rd game. 2 of the 3 games going into overtime, actually. And congratulations to El Fabiano. And for the Brazilian team for being champions, Brazil has now won Division 1 for 4 seasons in a row. We'll see if they can be knocked out of their pedestal next season. But for now, congratulations to Fabiano. And for D2, again, we have Doodle Boner Cat, GM of the champion Apollo Firebirds. They had the number 2 offense, number 5 defense, second best record in the division, 15-5, and there were a lot of moves that Doodle made to try to improve his team via trades or claims. etc. That was another really exciting finals, but they pretty much stole the show when it came to Game 3. The first period was really when they ran away with it. Light Raiders fought hard, but Apollo ran away with it with that first period of the game. So congratulations to Doodle on a fantastic D2. And this is a guy that is lobbying for a place at the table for D1 GMs. And you know what? 2 seasons he's been GM. I think he's been that's what, 2 championships. So you know what? It's going to be hard to refuse this guy unless like a bunch of first round players decide that they want to GM D1. Which as of right now we still have 4 spots, 3 or 4 spots open for D1 and D2. It's just about settled. So everyone out there that has thought about it, we're still contemplating it, please sign your name up. I know I just mentioned that D2 is pretty much settled, but you know what? If you're thinking of D2 also, please sign up because obviously you want to see, we see it every day that sometimes the best leaders are not the best players. Looking back to Texas Reapers, Gona, they just barely missed the playoffs after a challenging season. Goosebump, myself, etc. So everyone out there thinking about it, please go ahead and sign up. Put in that application. So again, this season we're going to be doing an all-bounce all-star game. So for D1, the all-star players are JS, Fabiano, Neri, Biscuits, Fabio Mateus, and John. So we have 2 players from the Texas Reapers and then Alaska, Brazil, and 2 players from Orion represented there. So the way that it's going to work this season is going to be a little bit different. So last season, you remember it was about, I forget how many players it was. I would think it was 12 players. It was 1 division at that time. And it was captain for each team and pick their players. But obviously, we have 2 divisions this past season. So what I want to do is this. We have 6 players right here representing D1. And for D2, we have PG representing the Tigers, Watt, Firebirds, Ladron representing the Raiders, TSF the Babies, CJ, the Neptune Neutrinos, and Humpy the Space Bounce Babies. So the way I want to do it this season is we could do it one of 2 ways actually. We could have it where it's D1 versus D2 and see what happens. I don't know, maybe D2 wants to rise up to the challenge and punch D1 right in the face, show them what they're made of. Or what we can do also is we can do a random draft, or again just have a captain for each division and do a draft that way. So there's a couple different ways of doing it. I'm going to open a private forum for these gentlemen right here and see what they want to do. But if you guys have any ideas also, I invite you to start a discussion thread and see what you think is best. It can be D1 versus D2 or just do caps in a draft. But hopefully we have that game this upcoming Sunday. I also want to release the GM list this upcoming Sunday. Unfortunately, I do not have that list for you guys tonight because we are missing a few GMs for Division 1, like I said. But should have that squared away by Sunday. If not, you know what? I got more stuff for you guys, so don't worry. But this game we will have on Sunday. So at this time, what I want to do a little bit is open up the floor to you guys to see if you have any questions, anything I can do for you. But as of right now, that is it for our award show. Okay, so don't see any questions right now. So what we're gonna do, actually bro, you did pick the all bounce teams because of what I did is I just went for the people with the most nominations overall by the GMs. So shut up. Anyways, if that's it for right now. Oh, Drogba has a question. Go ahead, Drogba. Orange has a question too. He's asking who are the voters. Not sure what he's referring to. Is D2 getting paid? That's a good question. If I recall, well, first of all, I believe an oral agreement is legally binding. And if you guys recall, in the first stream, in the award show last season, for season 14, I said that I would be generous and give like $10 to everybody that won D2. So shut up, Monk. I'm not joining your group. So all members of Apollo, go ahead and PM me your whatchamacallit, PayPal account, and we can get that squared away. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, but it will be squared away. And for this upcoming season, Drogba asked if we will one day change game times. That's been discussed previously. Never really gained any traction, so for the time being, I'm going to say no to that. Bro asking if there will be any money involved next season. You know what? I'm kind of disappointed that there haven't been more signups, so if I'm going to be incentivizing the league, I have to see what it's for. And right now, I'm not really motivated to give out another payout when there haven't really been that many signups. So I'm going to say no as for right now. We have another good question from Watt. What if there are not enough signups for D1 and D2? If that is the case, what we will do is we might have to make the divisions a little bit smaller. Instead of going 8 teams per division, we might have to go with 6 teams per division. But obviously I don't want to make any decisions too hastily because we're still waiting more signups. So there's the answer to that. When is draft date? You guys don't read much, huh? All-Star released a preliminary schedule for the offseason. So as of right now, the draft date is for March 3rd, which obviously can change if we need it for the signups. Let's see. Monk has a question asking why you won't join my group call. Why the hell would I? Next question. What about one division with 12 teams? That's another option that we can do. We can definitely discuss that. But first of all, before making any decisions of that nature, I want to see what we can get from these signups. Remember the good old days when Mike won MVP? No, I do not. I don't know who Mike is. Who's Mike? And any more questions? It's now or never. Any more questions out there, guys? Doesn't look like, so you know what? We're going to wrap up this award show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was just myself tonight, but I hope to make it a lot more fun for you guys next season. So right now, guys, we're going to go to my room. I'm about to host a league room. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, Monk actually had a good question. How long until our league website is ready? That's probably Monk PMing me right now about it. I'm not going to open that because I don't want everybody to see your name and shit. So Monk, right now, Butt Farmer is working diligently on the website. We don't have a release date for now, but I'm going to try to get that from him. I was hoping to get it kicked off with this upcoming season, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen at this rate. And When is GM list going to be revealed? Anybody in the stream want to answer the question for this gentleman right here who apparently was not here or was not listening? Draba, go ahead. Not sure what you mean by Country Cup. If you mean like international tournament or something like that, we've already tried doing something like that. I'm not sure if you guys remember, a while back Yogi set up a Regions Cup. It was a very exciting time for a couple of weeks, and then everybody decided not to follow through on it. But if anyone wants to start that up again, I definitely invite you to do so. And if I can help in any way, I'd be more than happy to. I'm not sure who M. Nassi is, but good question. Is there a way to get my stats from being on Paris? I am aware that Joey still has not done stats since like game 6, even though I've asked him like 10 times, and he didn't care about the penalization to his team during the course of the season. So you know what? I saw that he signed up. So until he decides to do the stats, he will not be allowed to play in the league. Otherwise, I'll see if me and my adamant team can get cracking on those stats for you. Okay, so for the website, guys, what we're doing is, obviously right now we have Zeta boards for them. So what we're trying to do is try to create something for you guys that's more like the SBHB website, which is obviously more interactive. It's more visually appealing. So that's what we're referring to when we say website. Okay, I see you guys are like blowing up about that Joey decision. I'm glad to make you guys happy on something. We would try to incorporate both an IM chat and a PM system, bro, on the website. Okay, any more questions? No? Just small casing my ass? Okay. I'm just kidding, Monk. I'm about to open a room just for you, buddy. Just for you. Okay, over and out. It's been a pleasure having the stream up for you guys. I'll see you on Sunday for the All-Star game. It'll be around 9. Everyone please be around. It's going to be a great time. So come around and watch. Right now, I'm about to open up a room. I'm going to see if I can put up 2. Last time it worked out great as far as me hosting 2 rooms simultaneously. So we'll see how that works. So thanks you guys again for watching again. And see you on Sunday. Oh. Couts. Good question. Why was Yogi banned? I tried to unban him, but then I realized that he was a bit rude, to say the least, to our former commissioner Tip. Got a little bit too personal with his insults, and Tip was impatient, we can say, which I can't blame him for. Dealing with the league for who knows how long, 2 years every single day, I don't blame him for it. So Unfortunately, Yogi also had some words to give to me on his way out. So that about sums up that. We'll see if he comes up when the website is back. Okay, don't see if I missed any questions. I appreciate if you guys would stop spamming though. Why? Faggot? Chill out. Alright, about to host some rooms.